What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And without further ado, let's get started with today. Y'all, you cannot make this up. You really cannot make this up. I'm telling y'all. This has been the craziest playoffs in NBA history. I mean, by far, this is the greatest playoffs I've ever seen in my lifetime. Like, I'm for real. So many storylines, so many legacies at stakes. The MVP debate was on full debate, on full display. But y'all know what? Y'all know what? We really quickly need to do something. I mean this. Let's have a moment of silence real quick for the coaching career of Doc Rivers, the head coaching career of Doc Rivers. They say history. What? Before I get into my little eulogy, let's start off with a moment of silence for Doc Rivers. Y'all. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, y'all. We had a moment of silence for, I hope it was 10 seconds. Because we had a moment of silence for 10 seconds for Doc Rivers' head coaching career, because that's the number of leads he blown in 20 years. In the past 20 years, that's how many leads he has blown in the past 20 years. You know, they say history repeats itself, but 10 times in 20 years it repeats itself. But before I just get into Doc Rivers and just completely obliterate him verbally, because I'm coming from a place of care, Doc. I care about you. As a Celtics fan, I'm worried. This is not the Doc Rivers from 2008. I mean, you had no excuse then. You have no excuses now. But then you had KG, Paul Pierce, Rondo, Ray. You should have won a ring. You should have won a ring in 2008. And you probably should have won more. But you know what, Doc? That one ring is what has kept you safe your whole entire career. That's all you could go back to. But Doc, before I go in on you, we got to talk about your two circus clowns with you. We got to talk about Embiid and Harden. Y'all, Embiid is the worst MVP of all time. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody tells me. I don't know why this man was the MVP. He did not deserve it. He deserved it in 2022. You can make the case in 2021. But he won this award because he begged and pleaded and slouched and moaned and I was about to say something I shouldn't have said. This man, Joel Embiid, literally got on everybody's nerves this year. Everybody's nerves. He won because of voter fatigue. If Jokic didn't win the MVP award 2 straight years in a row, he would have won the award. He would have won it this year. But guess what? Because of voter fatigue, he didn't win it. He didn't. And that's why. Voter fatigue is why he lost. And like I said, because Embiid just moaned and groaned and complained. And everyone, Embiid should have been the MVP last year. Embiid should have won this year. And the only reason why his fan base gives you to why he should have won the MVP this year is because Jokic won it twice. He won the MVP, got his moment, got embarrassed by the Celtics the day he got his MVP award, and he came back game 2, got whooped around by the Celtics. They did better without him game 1, and then when it mattered the most, he choked and had the dirt nerve to say, and I quote, me and James, we can't win alone. We know that. Oh, trust me. We know James can't win alone. We know that. Now we know that about you, too. That's why basketball is played 5-on-5. We need everyone to find ways to be better. You need everyone to find ways to be better. Tobias Harris outplayed you. The PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker. Y'all heard me, right? PJ Tucker outplayed James Harden. He outplayed James Harden. James Harden had 9 points. James Harden will go down as one of the most exciting, fun players to watch in NBA history, but he also is going to go down as one of the biggest chokers in postseason history. All he ever does is choke, 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 choke. That's all James Harden does. He doesn't show up in the playoffs. He disappears. He disappears like my father did when I was born 20 years ago. That's what James Harden does. He disappears. He is nowhere to be found. And yet y'all thought it was a good idea, a bright idea to pair him with the most overrated, the most chokingest coach in NBA history. You thought that was okay. You thought that was the solution. Trust the process. Trust the process. They trusted the process. And look at what happened. Look at where they ended up. Look. You know what? You know what? This is just a shame. This is just a shame. This organization is just, it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Hey, come on, let's get into Doc Rivers. Doc, I didn't forget about your little eulogy I got for you real quick. Here's the stats. 10 years, 20 years, 10 chokes. Let's get into it, Doc. Let's get into it. Led the Pistons 3-1. L. Pacers 1-0. L. 3-2. Magic 3-2. Lakers 3-2. Heat. L. 1-0 on the Thunder. L. I remember this. 3-1 to the Houston Rockets. L. 2-0 on the Blazers. This one ended Lob City. L. Up to 2-1 on the Jazz. L. Led 3-1 to the Nuggets in the NBA bubble. Side of the backboard. L. The most infamous one. The Atlanta Hawks. L. Boston Celtics 2023 was up by 1, I believe, at home. Had a chance to close it out. Jason Tatum was playing horrible. You had the opportunity to do good. You had the opportunity to close the series out. Didn't do it. Let's go back to that. Let's get back to that Nuggets series real quick, and then we're gonna transition into the Hawks, and then I got a special song for Doc Rivers after that. That bubble, I defended you to death on Instagram, on Twitter, to people, everyone. Oh, Doc's the problem, Steve. And I said, no, he's not. It was Kawhi and PG-13. When your players hit the side of the backboard, it's nothing you could do at that point. So you know what? I defended you. I said, watch what they do when he leaves. Absolutely nothing. You went to the Sixers. You got to face the Hawks. You was up big at one point in the third quarter, I believe. You blew the lead to Trae Young. Okay, we go to Game 7. You don't lose to Trae Young, but we'll get into that in a second. You lost. Clearly, they lost in the second round. You know, they lost in the second round that year. And guess what? The Clippers went to the conference finals without Kawhi. With their first year without you as the head coach. But wait. The cherry on top of this is he didn't lose to KD. He didn't lose to James Harden, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. He didn't lose to who else was in the East at the time? Pascal Siakam. He didn't lose to Giannis. He didn't lose to Chris Miller. He didn't lose to Jimmy Butler. He didn't lose to any of those characters. He did not lose to any of those characters. Guess who he lost to? Guess who he lost to? On the Atlanta Hawks. Not Trae Young. Not Kevin Huerter. You lost to Kevin. Out of everyone you could have lost to, you lost to Kevin? Come on, Doc. Come on, man. You can do better than that, Doc. You can do better. If people was coming for your neck then. Your scapegoat then was Ben Simmons. He's not here now. I mean, your whole Sixers team, except for Harris, PJ Tucker, and what's his name? Maxey. They all performed. They did their part. Where was Embiid at? The reigning defending MVP, the so-called MVP. Where was he at? Fraud. Where was James Harden? Fraud. And where was Doc Rivers? Fraud. I have nothing else left to say. I said all I need to say. So Doc Rivers, Coach Bud, Amante, Nick Nurse, at least all of them either won the finals or made the finals in the past 10 years, in the past 5 years, in the past 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 years. Doc, goodbye. Sayonara. Peace out. Doc Rivers, you're fired. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of other content that we're going to get into this week. So please make sure you turn your post notifications on so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. And that's it for today. You let me know how you feel about the Philadelphia Choker Sixers and the big choke three of Doc Rivers, Joel Embiid, and James Harden. You let me know what's next for Doc Rivers other than a retirement home or an assistant coach. You let me know if you think James Harden is going to the Houston Rockets, and you let me know if Embiid would demand a trade or if his teammates will step up, because they were clearly the problem in Game 7 in the whole series. Not him, not Harden, not Rivers. Nope. It was his teammates. Nope, not him. But you let me know how y'all feel. All right, y'all.